Understanding atypical neural pruning in autism. Neural pruning, also known as synaptic pruning, is a biological process in brain development where excess synapses connections between neurons are eliminated. This process refines neural circuits, enhancing brain efficiency by removing redundant or weak connections and strengthening frequently used ones. Neural pruning occurs primarily during early childhood and adolescence. It is driven by experiences, learning, and genetic factors, ensuring the brain is optimized for its environment. Synapses are selectively maintained or pruned based on use. Frequently used synapses are strengthened, while inactive or redundant ones are removed. This process is mediated by complex molecular pathways, including proteins, growth factors, and signaling molecules.
By removing unnecessary synaptic connections, pruning allows the brain to allocate resources to essential pathways. This helps establish efficient communication between brain regions, critical for cognitive functions such as attention, memory, and learning. Neural pruning is influenced by signaling pathways like mTOR, mammalian target of rapamycin, which regulates cell growth and synaptic development. Dysregulation in these pathways can result in atypical pruning. Researchers highlight that atypical neural pruning may be linked to autism spectrum disorder. In these cases, hyperactivity in mTOR pathway leads to excess synapses due to inefficient pruning. Consequences: this can result in hyperconnectivity, excessive brain communication, sensory overload, and difficulty with social or language skills.
The brain's plasticity, or its ability to reorganize itself, is most significant in early childhood. This makes early interventions, like ABA therapy, particularly effective in reshaping neural pathways.
The mammalian target of rapamycin, mTOR, signaling pathway regulates cell growth, metabolism, and synaptic activity. Dysregulation in the mTOR pathway can disrupt the delicate balance of synaptic pruning.
The study in Nature Communications, 2021. A highly regarded, peer-reviewed scientific journal published by Nature Portfolio, part of the prestigious Nature family of journals, titled Atypical Neural Pruning in Autism Spectrum Disorder, provides critical insights into how dysregulated neural pruning affects individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Key findings include: 1. Hyperactivity in the mTOR pathway. This overactivation prevents the removal of excess synapses, leading to hyperconnectivity in the brain. The study showed a significant increase in dendritic spine density, the structures that form synaptic connections, in individuals with ASD. 2. Excess excitatory synapses. Instead of reducing redundant connections, individuals with autism often retain an overabundance of excitatory synapses. This disrupts the excitatory-inhibitory balance in the brain, essential for normal cognitive and behavioral functions. Finally, 3. Functional consequences. The resulting hyperconnectivity can impair sensory processing, social interactions, and communication skills. It also contributes to the characteristic behaviors and challenges associated with ASD, such as sensory hypersensitivity and difficulty in focusing or filtering stimuli.
The Nature study emphasizes the importance of addressing atypical pruning during critical developmental periods when the brain is most plastic. Early interventions, like applied behavior analysis or simply ABA therapy, can potentially reshape these neural pathways, improving outcomes for individuals with ASD.
You know, when we talk about helping children with autism, one of the most important concepts to understand is neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to adapt and rewire itself, especially in young children. This adaptability is strongest during early childhood, which is why starting interventions as early as possible is absolutely critical. In children with autism, the brain often has too many neural connections due to atypical pruning. These too many connections will lead to sensory overload, difficulty focusing, and struggles with communication. That's where therapies like ABA, the Denver Early Star Model, and Jasper come in. They're not just about teaching behaviors. They're about reshaping how the brain processes information. For instance, those methodologies use positive reinforcement to build and strengthen helpful connections in the brain. Imagine a child learning to use words instead of having meltdowns. Those pathways become stronger each time they're reinforced. ABA also helps redirect unhelpful pathways, teaching kids more adaptive ways to communicate or manage frustration.
Then there's the Denver Early Start Model, which is designed specifically for very young children, often starting as early as 12 months old. It uses structured play to teach essential skills like eye contact, joint attention, and imitation. These aren't just milestones, they're the building blocks for learning, making friends, and navigating the world. Jasper, on the other hand, focuses on things like joint attention and symbolic play, which are crucial for developing communication and abstract thinking. But here's the thing I really want to emphasize: the earlier we start, the bigger the impact. Early intervention takes advantage of the brain's heightened plasticity during those first few years of life. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. The earlier we plant them, the stronger and healthier the growth will be. Starting early doesn't just help the child, it helps the entire family. Financially, it reduces the need for more intensive and expensive interventions later in life. Socially, it sets children up for better relationships and greater independence. And emotionally, it gives families hope. It gives them a chance to breathe, to see progress, and to believe in a future where their child can thrive.
And it's not just about the practical side of things, there's a deeper, almost spiritual side to this. Early intervention can help alleviate the stress and exhaustion that so many families feel, giving them the strength to rebuild connections within their own homes. It's about more than therapies, it's about creating a foundation for a better life, not just for the child but for everyone involved. So, when we think about supporting children with autism, let's remember the power of early intervention. It's not just about solving problems today, it's about paving the way for a future that's brighter, more independent, and filled with possibilities.